Hey YouTube, it's time to lift our spirits with the MaxJax 7000 lift. I'm gonna be putting it in today. Check it out. Hey guys, we'll be putting the lift in finally. First thing I do is move all this little bit of stuff out of the way so we can put this arm right here. So we'll clean that out right now. Okay, I think that's got it. I might move that little bit of stuff on the ceiling there and obviously that power supply. But we're ready to put that in. Don't know exactly which way it needs to go, if it needs to be dead center, it needs to be a little bit more towards the back so we can get around the front of cars. I'm not sure yet. So Dad's coming over here. He's gonna help me drill these holes. We're gonna measure it out. 2 eyes or 4 eyes is better than 2. Or 8 with me and Dad since we got glasses. But we should be able to get this knocked out here in just a minute. Dad's gonna go to the chalk line. Measurements right now. Putting it wide as it go. We're seeing it it's about where we're going to see the pipeline. So first it's gonna stick out and everything. And bolted in right after that. I just put over here, put the center guard over up here. And we get here in the room there. Because I want to walk around the front cars if I needed to, but the back, I always want something real long and straight forward. I can't go straight forward. So, made it that way. Do that, and we'll bolt it in, put the little casters on it, and fill it up flow. Push it out, it's ready to go. It's not that bad a job, really. This has the chalk line, my own chalk line I had. Got washed away too. Look at that. Hey guys, well, we run into a little problem. Got these anchors in. This one right here just wallered itself out, and this one did. These two are holding good. These two, for some reason, I don't know if there's, maybe it was an air bubble under the concrete when they poured it or what. I wasn't here when they poured this. I have no idea. This has been here for a while. So I've got to go find out a better plan of attack. Maybe we can fill up around those with epoxy, concrete epoxy, and they'll hold. I'm not sure. Or we may have to go move this just a little bit and drill new holes and put the epoxy anchors in that use epoxy to hold everything. I'm not really sure on my plan of attack yet, so that's something we're going to have to think about and figure out, because there's no way we can tighten these front ones up without it. So guess that's it for now. So we figure it out, we'll finish this video up. Okay guys, so I got all the lift bolts in, all the epoxy in, it's drying. Been sitting drying for, gonna let it set for a day or two. I'll be ready to put it together. Now I didn't use the epoxy that came with it because it required a special epoxy gun that I didn't have. They didn't send me any tips to squirt it with, so I was going to have to wait and order a gun. So I went to Lowe's and found this kind, Sika. And it had actually better reviews than this Deli or Deli or however you pronounce that, from everything I read. So went ahead and did that one. These were like $30, so I decided to go ahead and just get that because it's pre-mixed. It's had a shear tire, like it was a stronger shear than the Deli from what I could read, everything online. So these gonna let these sit overnight, maybe 2 days, let them dry up. Then we'll bolt this in and bleed it out and put the arms on it. And then we'll have this video complete. It's been a little bit time consuming because the other anchors were garbage, really, on this concrete. And I just don't like those other anchors. I'll be honest with you. I mean, the epoxy seems like the way to go. So if you're getting one of these lifts, I recommend just go ahead and get the epoxy anchors. Or epoxy your other anchors in the floor, or do something. Because bad thing about me is, just like right there, that concrete just walls a little bit and there's nothing you can do about it. Concrete's old, it chips. Unless it's fresh poured. That's like this one right here. You can see how it done. So, but anyway, I think the shear strength on this was 14,000 pounds or 8,000 pounds. And that's shearing it, just breaking in half. I mean, straight pull. So it was in 5 digits. I don't remember the exact, but it was supposed to be really, really strong. So, and it sets up pretty hard. So hopefully it sets up and does everything that I need to do. We'll see. Got the rest of this to plumb up. Like I said, put the wheels on it, anchor it up. So we'll be putting that in the video. It's coming up. So just keep watching. Alright, so the bolts seem to be dry. They've been setting for about 30 some hours. So let's go ahead and try to put this together right quick. Alright guys, so these instructions are terrible. Why is it everything you get anymore, the instructions are just terrible? But look at this. It's saying remove this cylinder clamp. I don't even have it. It's not on it. I don't know if it's supposed to be on it, but it's not there. Says it has to have it. So I don't know if they just didn't have them on. It's showing install this bar. It's already pre-installed. So I'm not really sure what I do here. I'm gonna go dig around and see and make sure I don't have these clamps and something else. So let's check that out and I'll be right back. Alright, this is the box of parts they give me. And these are shims and bolts, and I'm not really sure what those are. These are quick connect fittings. They're supposed to be quick connect fittings, but I don't know how it's a quick connect. So, and then over here I've got some more parts. I see some quick connects in there and the safety locks, but I'm still not seeing the thing they're talking about. So, here, I didn't get them. It doesn't have to have them. I'm not sure. So, there's definitely nothing like that on there. There was nothing like that in the box when I got it. So, I can see where that goes right there. Some kind of ring. I don't know if that's where they went. There's some kind of place on that. So, they definitely were not in the package. So I've double checked everything. These are not here. And the only thing I can figure they are is a stop that goes on the main top of the lift arm here. I'll explain it to you on this one. It's standing. Basically all they do is sit right here and do nothing but as an extra precaution, I guess, so your lift arm won't slide off, I guess, is the only real purpose of it. Nah, I'm not sure. But they didn't send them, so I don't think it's going to really affect anything. I'd say it's something they realized after they made the instructions they didn't need, and now they're like, we can save a few bucks, let's not throw them in. Not sure. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and put it together without them. If I have to, I'll go buy a couple of those. They look like just those exhaust clamps, so I'll just go buy me a couple if it is some kind of issue. So this is just a plug they put in to ship these, and it looks like it's a 6mm Allen. Like so. we take this out first. And it says pull these whole rods out, but there's really no reason to, because you can put this fit in and just spin this around where it goes just as easy in here as it does out. So anyway, these plugs come out like so. We'll save on those. And we'll put a little Loctite in there, get everything fixed up here. A little Loctite on the threads of this, then the threads of that, and the threads of that, and this elbow just sticks out the back, and your big line goes on it. So go ahead, get this one in my hand first, put thread sealer on it, put it in the thing, then we'll do these, and then put it all together. So it goes a little something like that, and you just stick it through that hole, if you can see right back there, and then that's where your fluid lines come in. So slide that through. We can lift the whole thing up after that. Start on the other side. Other arm, same process. I'm not gonna bore you with it. Go ahead and knock this one out. It's gonna be looking just like that one. So, and this fitting's a 7/8. This one was the second one's a 3/4, and the last one obviously you got to do with adjustable wrench, and then that's a plug. Is just a 6mm Allen to get everything, just to keep you in check here. All right, so both of those are in, as you can see, and we're going to go back to the instructions, and I'm going to show you how bad they are yet again. So the next step, past these clamps that I don't have, shows installing these straps. If you look over there, they're already on it. Now it doesn't have the handles or the wheels on it, or the safety locks, so we will get those on. Also says lift it with 2 people. I'm by myself. So, more confusion or lost in translation. So does the lock nut go on the outside or the inside? There's only one washer. There's only one washer for these, and it's a lock nut. I'm going to guess it's going to go on the inside, just because these are supposed to be about flush, and keep the bolt from turning as bad. I'm not sure if that's 100% the way they want it. It's the only way I know how to do it though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So right here in the top, these go through here, and let's see if I can hold you like that, and these tighten up. And I don't know how you're going to get a socket in there and hold this handle and tighten it, but I'll figure out something. I'll think of something. But anyway, there's 4 of these, and we'll get them. And then there's 4 wheels. We'll get to them. Alright, so I did think of something. These were a 16mm. Got to try out my new Christmas present here. Did really good on those. So now we'll get the wheels on. And it looks like the wheels are just a lock nut and a bolt. So here's the 4 wheels. Alright, so I shall put one of them on, and it's ×4 again. So let's knock one of these out and show you what we got. So the wheels are these, and watch them because there's caps and sleeves that go in these to hold the bearings. But it's these bolts right here. Don't think it matters if it's the inside or outside. I'm going to put them to the inside, the slack, because I think that'd just be out of the way more. So we'll do that right now. That ain't tight yet. These are basically like skateboard wheels. But once it's tight, see, it's not going to have that much sticking out anyway, but you got more room over here than you do over here. So that was just my thought process on that. So let me get a wrench and a socket. We'll tighten this up. And there we go. And it was just a 1/2 inch, which is odd because most of the stuff's metric on this thing, but that's what it took. So repeat the process 3 more times, and this part's done. So these are the safety things, and this is the next process. There's a pin that goes through here and 2 springs, and it keeps it. Now mine were, for some reason, like froze completely up, so I hit them with PB Blaster, and they seem to be working all right now. Probably something need to keep lubed at all times. So, but anyway, this sleeve goes through it, this clip, and these 2 springs. And Here's the instructions. Now I remember seeing something about somebody that installed one of these online and these springs being totally opposite from how the instructions show. So I might have to fiddle with that for a minute. If I do, I'll show you the difference. And those are done. So both of them. The next thing is to put this little cart together, and then I got to find a C-clip that bounced down somewhere here. But once I do that, it's done. Look at what I found, guys. Those two clamps they said they never sent, I actually found them. For some reason, they were with the little cart that carries the pump. So why they were not where they showed them originally, I don't know. Again, lost in translation instructions, but there they are. So I am going to put them on. It says they got to go right to the main top, but there's no way to get them perfectly to the main top because you don't have enough room. So I guess you just got to get them as close as you can. So I'll put them on, tighten them up too. I guess the arms will be complete then. All right, I'm on the last little bit of putting this thing together. And all that's left is to assemble this little power cart. So we'll go ahead and start on that right now. And I'll take you along with me. But this shouldn't take very long. All right, so it goes like that. Now it's on here. And so you got, I'm not sure it really matters. Hold on to it. So these have to go on the top. Okay. Makes a little more sense. The bolts won't fit in the bottom. So okay, so these arms apparently go on top of this little tray. Like so. And there's 3 bolts that go in them. And like so. This is really hard to hold here. Alright, so those 3 bolts go in like that. And it's a 10mm and a 4-way screwdriver. Phillips for you special folks that like to be proper, but you know, in Eastern Kentucky, that's a 4-way. Anyway, so we tighten these up. Repeat it on the other side. We tighten these up, repeat it on the other side, and we'll have this part together, and then we can put the wheels on. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so there's washers on both sides. That's what I was figuring. So, this back here, I got these are just the washers for it. Washers. So anyway, that big old wheel, that, and here. Had to buy one more of these because I lost one, so I just bought a pack of them. They're called Eclipse, I guess is the word for them. Just trying to lose this one. Because these things suck. I mean, they work good, but man, do they like to pop off. I don't know if I can do it with my fingers. There's some needle nose pliers. Not the best needle noses, but they'll do it. And there, one wheel's on. Same thing on the other side. 2 washers, big wheel, and that part's done. And if I ever get tired of actually having this and decide I want to mount it on the wall like everybody, a lot of people I've seen doing, I can use this cart for something goofy else. Maybe like a little welder thing or something, I don't know. But right now I'm gonna put it together like it says. And I'm going to etiquette this part out. Anyway, same thing over here. Wheel, washers, clip. The world's oldest needle noses. I've got a better set. This is just the first ones I grabbed. There's one thing I need to invest in. Get some more pliers, because I do not have enough. Alright. Wow. It's done. Alright, next step. Alright, so the next step, same kind of bolts. But you have this thing and this thing, which I'm not sure which one's the top and bottom. It doesn't say. I don't know how to check it right quick. Called this valve goes here, right there. So that's got to be the top. This has got to be the bottom. So the ones with the larger spacing on the holes is the bottom. So, and I'm not sure if this sits inside this or this one sits. Which one sits inside which? Yeah, just like this. So that sits right in there, and it's 3 of them same kind of bolts that I just used to hold it. So we'll put that in, tighten all that up, then we'll be ready for to mount the pump. So let me get at that. Same size wrench too, 10mm. So 4-way screws. All right, little cart's done. Now we mount the pump and the valve on it. Then all I gotta do is put both the arms to the floor, hook the lines up, and bleed everything. We're right at the end of this, so it's been a long process. Probably not, shouldn't have been as long, but I had some setbacks. Look at the anchors and stuff. So, and just been busy. So, get this part put on and be ready to slide them in. So, let me get this together and I'll show you how to do this. Alright, so this guy is 13mm head sockets, both sides. Now this pump, it's heavy, I'm not gonna lie. So I probably need to go ahead and get 2 of these out and just hang it on them, like so, before I even start trying to tighten this up. So I'm gonna put 1, Not sure how high this goes. Ugh, this thing, like I said, it's not light. I think these slotted ones are the ones it goes in. Get there in the floor. Use some butt muffle on it. Okay. The good thing is these are slotted, so I can do one side. Okay, I see what the best way to do this. Yep. All right, so that one's in there holding it. All right, now this side's gonna be just as tough. So, all right, I can't see what I'm doing. So, there's the bottoms. Top ones are the same way. Once I figure out where the holes are. At least they did slot the holes. The good thing is these slotted holes, you can kind of move it around and get it in there and started. Like I said, this part right here was heavy. This pump is. So, they're both 12s, or both 13s, I'm sorry. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a 13mm gear wrench. I do have sockets over there, but by the time I go dig one out, it doesn't have this tightened up. So, not gonna bore you with me sitting here tightening 4 bolts. So, we'll tighten these up, and then we'll put the valve that goes on top of it there. Guys, I screwed up on the pump. There is a plastic plate that goes behind it. I don't know what the point of it is. I guess to keep vibrations down. I'll go ahead and pull it out and do it right though. So. Alright, so now that little rubber isolator gun. I don't know why that was such a big deal. Because the pump don't got one. But here's the pump. And it's also the exact same process. You've got 2 outlines, 1 inline. Now the inline ties into this, so make sure it's on this side where the red cap is. Other than that, same thing, put these bolts in, tighten them up. This one doesn't call for a rubber isolator that I've seen. I'm going to double check that. But other than that, once we hook this fluid line up, it's ready to plumb up. All right, this doesn't take this isolator like this does. One thing I'm going to give you a word of advice for this isolator, these bolts are bigger than the holes in this isolator. So what I've done is I used my ratchet, my electric ratchet, run the bolts all the way in so it cut like threads in it. Then went back and tightened it up. So it was a lot easier doing that. Took a little bit, but it was a lot easier. So there's no way you could have pushed these through unless you heated them up otherwise. So I'm gonna bolt this up and I'll be right back with you. All right, so that's in. A lot harder than it should have been because of that stupid gasket. But plug right here you gotta take out with a screwdriver. And there's 2 fittings that go in here. So this one comes out. Another plug I'll save. Never know, you might need those. Epic dad move, I know. And I believe this is the fitting that goes in there. Let me double check that. So this is the fitting that goes in the valve up here, the diverter valve. And it gets thread sealed only on this side. None of these flare fittings get thread sealed. So go ahead and put a little bit on this. Hopefully I've got some left here. Yep, there she goes. There we go. Take my finger here and make friends with it. All right. All right, and that threads into there. Just thread sealing off that one. Anyway. That one threads into there, so let me get the wrench. Sorry if I'm moving here, everybody. Alright, so just take your adjustable wrench like so. But as I hate using an adjustable wrench, probably could do going the wrong way. I hate using an adjustable wrench. And get one more turn on her. You want to turn it so it's facing down like that, so it can go hit this. But that's in, that's ready to go. Now the other side is this type of fitting. So I need to take that little cap out, tighten this up. Then there's a hydraulic hose that goes from here to here. So we'll just use, I believe, this wrench right here. There we go. I don't know why they don't put them on the back one. That would make more sense. But as you can see, this one has a O-ring on it. If I can get it started. Alright, so that should do that. And then we put this hydraulic flip line in it. And go find it. Change batteries. Okay, this is the little short hydraulic line. Not sure how hard it's going to be to put in. This part's going to be fun. I can done feel that. All right. The adjustable wrench here. And make sure I ain't cross-threaded on these. No, I'm not the bottom, but oh. That's gonna be fun. Okay. Got this one. Wrench sucks. All right. That one's in. Now we just do the bottom one. The bottom one seems to be much easier. I don't know why. Alright. That hydraulic line's in. And I believe our little pump cart thing here is complete. So, there's that. Off that cord, but that should be it. Let's see what else we got. Alright. So, these are your quick connects. You got male and female end, obviously. And I'm not really sure how they work real well. I mean, I guess they're just like, okay, so they just press in like that. Okay. So this one goes on the actual lift. This one goes at the end of the hydraulic hoses. And you put a little thread sealant on that side. So I'm gonna do that next. And it says it calls for thread sealant here. I don't know if it actually calls for thread sealant on it. So, where am I at? All right, so it calls for thread sealant on the ends that go on the quick connects, both of these hoses. So basically just the hoses put thread sealant on. And I'll have to find out what size wrench will hold these. Or grab another adjustable one. Because I know I don't have nothing. Alright, let's go find a wrench. Fit these. As I don't like them, I'm going to go ahead and use adjustables. I ain't hunting all night for a wrench that I might not even have. There you go. Oh, let's not roll off in the floor there. Anyhow, big fat adjustable on the quick connect. And a little cheap adjustable action on this and loosen it up on me. That's why I hate adjustables, guys. Oh, I think it's gonna go on tighter anyway. So that side's done. Alright. So now I'm gonna put thread sealant on this, tighten this guy up. I guess. Make sure it calls for thread sealant on that. Double checking myself. Yes, it calls for thread sealant on this. So a little more of this goop. I don't mind the thread seal because guess what? It sure makes it easier to turn up in there. It's like a nut. Putting that in here is going to be a bear. Get this little adjustable wrench. Take that out. So, yeah, so that's the O-ring that. So, okay. Where did we go? Oh, it's gonna be heavy. I knew it was. Free spin. It's not a good call. This is more likely to leak if they don't free spin. If they free spin. Okay. Now she's going. There we go. That worked. Now, we really don't have a lot of room in here, is the bad thing. I'd expect you to tighten these. Sure the other side is going to be easier because you've got more room. But I don't have a lot of room here. Angle mode. Yeah, I can do that. There we go. And if you put it at a little bit of an angle here, you can clear this bolt. And I might be putting them a little too tight, but I'd rather be tight than not be tight, you know. Don't want this stuff backing off on me. Now this side, I believe I'm going to do the same thing, but this side should be easier to get to because I don't have this fitting over here. So I'll do it, and then we'll have these two finished, and this part will all be finished. All that's left is put the quick connects on those two posts. Those two clamps I finally found, put those on, and bolt the thing to the ground. Then we're ready to fill it up and bleed it. So, I'm excited. Alright, this is done. Got these to go on the end of that. And we're ready to put them in the floor. And these are the same thing, they're just the other side of the quick connect. Well, on camera stand. Okay, these are the same thing, they're just the other side of the quick connect. Bolt in the same way, little thread sealing on them, tighten them up. I'm not gonna bore you with doing it. But once that's in, we bolt these down. Get them two little clamps I forgot on there. slide these arms in it, fill it up with fluid and raise it and lower it and bleed it out. And she is complete. That one's on, as you can see, and those just plug into each other just like an air fitting. So do the other side and we're ready to go. All right, guys, so it's done. I don't have the back arms on yet, and I'm not gonna run it tonight because I want my Loctite to set up, but I am ready to go. So the MaxJax lift is in. Arms just sit in and those slide in, and then there's pins that go in them, and that's it. You know, that's the only thing I've done different. Oh, I gotta tighten those little clamps up, but I'll do that when I bleed it. But it's in. I do have one anchor. It's not tightening up over here, so we may try to epoxy that. We may lift this arm out just enough to epoxy that one more time here in the next day or two. But you know, I don't think that would really, because this is, I don't think I could pull this down with my pickup truck hooked to it. So but anyway, that's it. That's MaxJax lift. Thanks everybody for watching. Sorry it's been a little long. This thing's kind of giving me some fits. Would I buy it again? I probably would just bought a 4-post if I'd really done it again. Something I could have just slid in here and been done. This is a lot of work for what it is. But, you know, I've got it now, so I'll be pleased with it once it starts work, once we can actually lift cars up. Anyway, guys, sorry this has been a fiasco here, not getting done. Hopefully we'll get in here and get Dad's car in here and start putting shocks and stuff like that on it and start working on cars again. But until then, I appreciate everybody watching. We're up to 218 subscribers, and I hope we can gain a lot more. I appreciate everybody a ton. I can't say that enough. Thanks for watching. If you like this, share it, subscribe, tell everybody about it. I've got merch coming, like winter merch, like beanies, and I think I've got some sweatshirts actually coming too. And I'm going to look into getting some work shirts too, just for the people that want a work shirt. As you can see, we've got these patches here that we're going to put on stuff, and that's going to look really cool. So anyway, like I said, like, share, subscribe, and get the rigging out there.